The National Hockey League today needs to fine that organization $1 million and reevaluate how they support gay rights.
This is Ultra Izzy.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Just wanted to talk about a quick story that I heard yesterday, I believe. It was about Philadelphia Flyers defenseman Ivan Provorov. I'm going to call him Provi for short, just so I don't screw up the name. But he was under some scrutiny, some drama, whatever you guys want to call it out there, when he didn't want to wear I believe it was a practice jersey. They were having Pride Night at the stadium there during the game, and he refused to wear the Pride jersey that had the rainbow flag on it. And if I haven't played you guys the clips already, I will include the clips of him speaking and the coach and I'm guessing he's a leftist sportscaster in Canada. I think I heard that, but anyway, yeah. So he refused to wear the jersey that had like the rainbow flag on it because for his religious reasons. You know, I believe he's a Russian Orthodox. And I'm guessing that's a sect of Christianity. I'm not really sure.
I respect everybody's choices. My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion. That's all I'm going to say.
How do your religious beliefs?
Like I said, that's all I'm going to comment on that. If you have any hockey questions, I would answer those.
Can you just clarify
What is your religion?
Can you clarify your religion?
Russian Orthodox.
Yeah, I mean, I actually thought it was pretty cool that he did that, you know. And whenever they asked him questions, he was very, very honest and straightforward. Didn't dodge any questions. I mean, he did say, "I don't want to talk about it anymore." Pretty much, just ask me hockey questions. But I think it was really awesome that his coach stood up for him as well.
Provorov wasn't in warm-ups before the game. There was a report that he wasn't in warm-ups because he didn't want to wear the Pride jersey for Pride Night. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I think the organization has sent out a release regarding the organization, the beliefs that we have and how we feel about it, and really a great night. With Provi, he's being true to himself and to his religion. This has to do with his belief in his religion. And it's one thing I respect about Provi. He's always true to himself. And so that's where we're at with that.
Was there any consideration on your part when he chose not to wear the jersey to not play him as a result?
No. I'm not going to answer many more questions on it because I just think it's unfair. I know you're going to probably talk to Provi, but yeah, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I think it was a great night in celebrating. Organization has put out a statement, and I'm not going to get too deep into the conversation. Those are the comments as far as Provi. We talked as a team and with Provi, and that's where we're at.
Sometimes the coach is going to try to want to go down the middle or not try to upset the bosses. But it was really cool seeing that his coach had his back, and so that was really cool. But I guess what really kind of struck me was how aggressive the sportscaster was.
Three things, technically. Provorov also spoke to the media after the game and echoed what Tortorella said, so I didn't feel the need to run it. This happened in baseball last year with the Tampa Bay Rays. There were 5 members of the Tampa Bay Rays who wouldn't wear a patch supporting gay rights. Mm-hmm. And Major League Baseball didn't do much. It was a story for a little bit. John Tortorella, many years ago, when racial injustice, and it still is till this day, but when Colin Kaepernick first started kneeling during national anthem, said anyone who does that on my team is going to sit. And he has a son who's an Army Ranger. So it's not like Tortorella in the past hasn't spoken on sensitive issues. The theme from the National Hockey League is hockey is for everyone, okay? The theme is not hockey is for everyone, ... unless you don't believe in gay rights, then do whatever you want. If the National Hockey League is going to do this, if any league is going to do this, do it properly or reevaluate what you're doing. Because there's not a lot of repercussions that I'm seeing from any league. Now, it could change with the NHL. I think you fine the Flyers $1 million for this. I'm not kidding. Figure this out and stop offending people on nights where it's not about that. It's supposed to be about inclusivity. The National Hockey League need to attack this and figure this out. Because what I heard last night was offensive and didn't make any sense. Because, for instance, if that was a military night, okay?
Right.
If anyone in Canada or in the States on a military appreciation night wouldn't wear a jersey pregame, do you have any idea the uproar that would have happened on that? Do you have any idea the backlash? Do you have any idea what happened on social media? It's ridiculous what would have
And
happened.
look, it was just a minute ago we were talking about the uproar that was happening with FIFA fever, where if you were seen with so much as a rainbow anywhere, you had to fear for your life, imprisonment, or death.
Yeah.
Seriously. So, and now here we are.
I just think the NHL has to do something here. This is not good enough. This is not good enough. Hockey is for everyone, ... unless you don't agree with gay rights is not the phrasing of this. You're either in this or you're not. And one last point. Nothing scares me more than any human being who says, I'm not doing this because of my religious beliefs. Because when you looked at people's lives who normally say that publicly, you'd throw up at what you saw. You would throw up at what you saw. And I have seen that a million times in a lot of different ways. So don't give me that. With respect. Don't give me that, because no one's perfect. All right? Don't feed me the religious beliefs line. And all of a sudden the NHL is going to back off this. The National Hockey League today needs to find that organization $1 million and reevaluate how they support gay rights. Because that is insulting. That is the #1 trending topic in Canada. That is insulting what happened in Philadelphia. And if the NHL's serious about this, they say they are. We'll see. We'll see how serious they are today. But that whole thing was mishandled. And part of me couldn't believe it. Part of me could, considering how the NHL sometimes handles things.
And it's too important, and that's why you're continuing to talk about it, because you're not just going to brush it under the rug.
Well said, Dean.
I feel like the sportscaster just made it a little too personal. I mean, I get it. We all have our views. We all have our different beliefs and stuff. But man, it's just funny how it always seems to me. I'm not trying to say the conservatives or the right or whatever don't get upset about certain issues, but it always seems to me that it's the left who always gets so angry if you don't do what do what they want, right? Especially the party, or the mentality of, hey, it's pride, we're inclusive, we're tolerant, we're all about equality, we're all about we love everything, love is love. And always get so pissed off at everybody if they don't bend the knee, if they don't follow what everyone else does. Hey. The guy, Provi didn't want to wear the jersey, and that's his right. It doesn't make him a hater. Like this, it also bothers me when you're debating someone about a similar topic to this, and if you don't follow the crowd with whatever everyone else is doing, you're all of a sudden full of hate. That's like the only defense that people have when they talk about this discussion. And to me, that's not really much of a debate. That's not really much of an argument. You can say anyone's full of hate, right? It's like me saying, "Oh, if you don't believe in Jesus, then you're." Do I go around saying, "Hey, you're an anti-Christian. Oh, you're a Christ denier. Oh, no." If someone doesn't believe in Jesus, they don't believe in Jesus. That's fine. That's their decision. But if someone else doesn't follow, LGBTQ, Pride Plus, all that stuff, doesn't make them a hater. It just means that, hey, cool. Like me personally, I don't hate anyone who does anything like that. Hey, if that's your life choice, and it doesn't involve minors or anything like that, then that's fine with me. Whatever happens, you're two consenting adults. Do what you got to do in the bedroom. Not my place to judge. It ain't my problem. That just stays between y'all. I guess when it becomes a problem is whenever they start expecting other people to believe how they believe. And if you don't believe how they believe, then you're full of hate. Then you're full of division. Then you're, xenophobic and all the phobics. I don't think it's xenophobic, but all the phobics, right? Homophobic, just transphobic, everything phobic. And to me, it's like if you want to have a debate, you can't really just flip out. And I really thought that the sportscaster really, didn't have. I think he went a little far, and I get it. He makes an okay point about hey, it feels like military night. Okay, I know that some people will probably get upset if, some people didn't stand for the flag or whatever. But it's also not being broadcast all over the news, and there's not a whole movement behind it. No one's going to get canceled. I don't think people have tried to cancel Provi, but that just seems that seems to be where it goes in this day and age. Right, if the right said, if someone didn't stand for the flag and I was like, come on, dude, just stand for the flag. Or, hey, take off your hat, man. Like, if it was a friend of mine. But let's say they said they didn't want to. I'm not going to cancel them. I'm not going to put them on blast. I'm not going to dox them and put their information out there for people to go harass them at home. If they didn't want to, that's fine. I'm not going to get angry. But, again, but I also wouldn't go up to a stranger and tell them that either. Right? I literally just said it was a friend. If it were a friend of mine, if it was a stranger, of course not. I don't know what they believe in, and it's none of my business, right? But I will say, I guess the best news that came out of all this, besides the fact that he stood up for himself, and he really and his coach stood up for him, and the organization, I guess, is that his jersey sold out, which I thought was really cool. Like, I will post a screenshot here, but yeah, I read a couple articles where it said that a few. Most that were gone with his name and his number and his likeness or whatever. I want to say that some certain sizes, I think, were just of maybe the number with no name were still available. But I mean, people are. I think people are applauding his. I'm going to say his courage. I think he was courageous for what he did, and maybe he didn't see it that way. He was just speaking his mind. He's being true to himself. That's what they said in the video. He's being true to himself, and I think that we can all learn from this, right? Because especially now, I want to say, we're sort of under attack, conservative views, if you're just not like down with what the left is down with, you have to stand up for yourself. It doesn't have to lead to violence. It doesn't have to lead to anything negative, but don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. Right. That's one of my mottos, is to try to be fearless, just stand tall. But it made me happy to know that people out there are actually, they have this guy's back. And they're supporting him by buying his jersey. Now it's the silent majority. I know that we saw that when Trump won. The silent majority really came out and voted for him. But yeah, I do wish that people would speak out more, and really show more support publicly. But I understand, I get it, right? But you know what? At least the support's still there, and it shows that hey, people out there still have conservative values, and the values that I grew up with, the values that most of us, I'm 42, most of us, remember what the world used to be like before all this woke stuff came into our lives. And it's just, it really is a battle that we're in right now. But I can see it. And so that's why I decided to make a channel. I don't know how many people are watching this, but hopefully some people. But yeah, so that was my thoughts on the Ivan Provorov story, and and again, he didn't get canceled, so good for him. And again, I think that we should all we can all take a lesson from this and learn something from Ivan, and just hey, again, doesn't have to lead to violence. Just speak your mind. Tell the truth. If that's what you believe in, that's what you believe in, and you shouldn't feel ashamed to share how you feel. Right? Be proud of who you are, and be true to yourself, like he said. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Ultra Izzy. And guys, like I always say, stay fearless and stay free out there. And I'll see you guys on the next one.